Hi. Hello. I know the way. Hi, my name is Eric. Today the first presentation will be from from Jan Sputnik, and he will tell us how his trip to China went.
Es nezinu, man jārunā mikrofonā, es saku, es pietiekami skaļš.
No, labi,
Mikrofonu. Nopietni? Nedzirdēju streamā neko. Ok, labi. Kā šito lieto? Aha, skaidrs. Skaidrs. Hello. My name's Jan Sputnik, and Elvis wouldn't let me attend these meetings if I didn't tell you about my experience working in China. So, some of you may have heard of this great early access success, or rather disaster, called Kings of Men. I had known the original team behind this game for, well, close to 6 years, being part of the community for their mod that they had made for Mountain Blade Warband CRPG, which was the most popular multiplayer mod for that game. Everyone on that team came from that mods community, slowly working on their own game for many years. As they went into early access, they offered me to join them, as I was leaving my old job at that time. And well, which was quite a surprise, really, as I mean, I was a gamer, I was a coder, but I really hadn't considered going into game dev until that point. So I won't go into details on how of Kings and Men fared into early access, but in short, after having worked on that game for a couple of months, the team got offered the chance to start over. Working on a new game for this one Chinese company. At the start of February, almost the entire team, including me, quit our jobs and got on planes heading to the Far East. I'm sorry I couldn't get a good picture of the team, but in short, there was 11 of us. Yeah, that is the name of our team. 11 of us, and we were quite a diverse bunch. We had people from Ukraine, from Russia, from Serbia, Austria, Germany, Poland, USA, Italy, and of course Latvia. We were coders, animators, game designers, artists, modelers, and a lore writer. And we also, somewhere along the way, we picked up a business person who turned out to be extremely useful for us. As per our background, we were medieval history geeks and experts at melee combat systems. A few of us did historical European martial arts in their free time. Some others, including me, attended some archery events in their free time. So, the city we went to was Suzhou, a somewhat Westerner-friendly city of some 7 or so million people. Well, practically a town by Chinese standards, but just west of Shanghai. Well, the first odd thing was the office, or the office location. Officially, it counted as a zoo. Except there were guards at the gate only letting in people with the company key cards. I'm not sure if it was for tax evasion or it was just the company owner being eccentric, because, well, he was quite an odd person. He was always dressed up in weird ways. But, well, the place had animals. Dogs, ducks, geese, cats, and peacocks. Yeah. Anyways, the room that I spent the year in was this. On the left we can see the table where the coders sat. On the right, not yet set up, is the table where the art team and everyone else sat. So the game, I'm still under NDA for it. I can't really say much other than the fact that it was a third-person action multiplayer game, which might be done in maybe a year or two. I'm pretty sure it will be quite unique at that point. Yeah. So this was our first project with Unreal Engine 4. For me, it was the first GameDev project at all, but yeah. We took a few weeks to play around and learn Unreal Engine 4, and well, the conclusion was that it was actually very intuitive to get into, and not that difficult to get even very non-trivial things done. What took quite a bit longer to work out was the actual workflow. This was our first time with everyone working on premise and as part of a big team like this. So, for example, we want to implement a new feature, something like, say, a catapult. First, a concept artist draws up multiple sketches of, say, how the catapult should look like, and a choice is made on which look to follow. At which point, more detailed sketches are made, and those are given over to the 3D modeler. At the same time, the game designer has to lay out a rough sketch on how this catapult should work, like what the control scheme should be, what its abilities should be, and so on and so forth. And this is given over to a coder, for example, me. And so whilst the modeler is working on the model, at least the blockout of the model, which is a simplified version of it, and the coder is working on the code implementation. The coder and the modeler have to. The coder has to talk with the modeler on how to on what parts the model has to consist of. Say, these parts have to move separately. These have to be skeletal meshes. These have to be static meshes, and so on and so forth. Once the blockout of the model is done, it's given over to animation, and the animator has to work on the animations, well, for any skeletal meshes that the model consists of, as well as the character operating it, whilst the model continues work on the final 3D model. The coder all the time has to keep working together with the game designer, fine-tuning various details, and at some point has to work together with the animator to hook up the animations to the code. And at some point he also has to get a list from the sound guy of what sounds there need to be, and just put some events in the code for calling the sounds and so on and so forth. And all of that is then put into a final asset. And well, this really did not fit well into a classic agile workflow, as I found out. We went through a number of variations of the agile workflow until we basically settled on having the art team, the artist, the concept artist, the modelers, the animator, as well as the sound person working outside Scrum in a constant Kanban. Whereas the coders and the game designers keep working in sprints, which seem to work fine. So, yeah, my experience. Yeah, that doesn't need to stay off. This was my first real game development experience. Previously, I had worked as a web developer as a backend coder, and that experience carried over only partially. Good software design patterns are of course important everywhere where you need to write code, but the thing is with game development, the development, the design paradigms are completely different. The approach we used for coding our game in Unreal was basically a component-based approach, where every behavior, every feature is basically a component that you add to assets that need that kind of behavior, which seem to be well supported in Unreal Engine. And we did most of our code in C++ rather than doing it on blueprints, leaving blueprints purely for game design stuff, for game designers to code in some behavior to create some behavior using methods that we provide through C++ and to hook up sounds and art stuff like that. And well, by the time I left this job, the code was mostly clean. But the thing with game development is that if you need non-trivial stuff at some point, sooner or later, you will have to have a bunch of hacks in the code. And yeah, for me personally, the thing was that at some point in developing a game, you run into a wall where you really need higher level math knowledge, and that was something that I lacked. You can still keep on just Googling answers to like, how do you do this, how do you transform this into that, how do you do that, but as things get less trivial, as things get more complicated, at some point you just run into a wall where Google won't help you, and you simply have to either know the math or you're just stuck. And that was an obstacle that remained for me throughout this year. Yeah, so working in China was, well, working on a game was obviously fun, but working in China was not. For example, in this picture, there is no fog. There is no fog in this picture. That's not fog. That's pure pollution. The air was more or less unbreathable. And many days you really had to wear a breathing mask to go outside. The internet.
How did you survive?
You know, the internet was awful, even without taking into account the Great Firewall of China, which blocked pretty much everything that, you know, we Westerners use of internet. Facebook, YouTube, Google, everything's just blocked. Wikipedia as well, of course. For example, for our office, we had like, at the end of it, something like 16 or so people sitting in the office, and we had a dedicated connection of 50 megabits per second for 16 people. And it was not stable, 15 megabits per second. It was very unstable internet. And the company was paying about something like €1,000 a month for that. Yeah, it's awful. And consider that to really be able to work, to really access everything, you need to use VPN to bypass the Great Firewall, and that makes the internet even slower. Yeah, no one spoke. Really, apart from us, a few of our colleagues, no one spoke English. Like, it was really hard to communicate outside of the office with pretty much anyone, and which was kind of a shock. Yeah, I mean, you normally expect to go abroad and be able to communicate at least on a basic level with the people around you, but that is not the case here. The food was alright as long as you really love rice and noodles. The bar culture, non-existent. And worst of all, the choice of snacks was just really, really poor. I mean, this is not good. And so, after a year in these conditions and constantly struggling with my lacking math skills, which I did try to remedy through Khan Academy and other resources, well, I was just extremely unhappy, and yeah, that is the end of that. So I was extremely happy to get back here. Yep. The end. Yep.
Yeah, any questions maybe?
Did you try to eat a dog? That's for real, oh my god. Don't be racist.
Yeah, well,
Racist.
no, I mean, we did have a Korean on our team. But no, about these kind of foods, like one of our colleagues, the Serbian, was very interested in these fried insects, fried roaches, and so on and so forth. But really, it's not exactly a mainstream thing there, as some stereotypes would have you believe. It's really a very niche thing, and those things are actually quite expensive. Apparently, it's okay.
There's another question.
What was the approximate budget of the project, and
I'm sorry, again?
what was the approximate budget of the
Oh,
project?
yeah. The terms under which we were hired for this Chinese company was that, well, our budget was mostly really constrained by the bureaucratic obstacles of China and their own corporation. Really, we were constantly trying to hire new people, and like really, our workstations was basically, oh, just give us the specs, just give us a list of parts, and basically, one of our guys just basically made top of the line super gaming PC, and that is our workstation. These are our workstations, and yeah, they were. Basically, the thing was that the CEO of that company thought our team leader was some sort of super visionary game designer, and thus he basically gave us unlimited resources. Do what you want, make this game happen. If this game earns more than we invested in it, we continue our cooperation.
But did you leave them, or are you still working with them?
I left them.
Why did you leave?
I did kind of explain that.
I kind of sold out then. Miami Bulls.
Well, the things they were putting into the game were really non-trivial after a year, after we had implemented all the basics and so on and so forth. It was really non-trivial. I couldn't really contribute well because I really sucked at math, and I really hated working
So
there.
the slide where you suck at math was the reason?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Well, and the slides were explained how working in China sucks.
No, I understood
Because-
the part about the pollution and everything else, but I wasn't-
Well, yeah, there's also the fact that, I mean, those dogs that I showed, they were constantly running into the office and being a nuisance. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a cat person.
Okay, now we'll have Romas Goroshkins from Unreal Engine, and his presentation will be about why your next project should be made with the Unreal Engine 4. Applause, please.
A little bit more. The first clap was like, no, not so really well. I'm happy to be here. Let me stay somewhere here. Thanks for inviting Elvis. I'm happy to see you guys here, and I'm really amazed of the whole community of Unreal Engine and the whole game dev community, because I'm making speech on some events sometimes, on some meetings and meetups and so on and so on, and I'm always really happy about that speeches, and I'm always really happy about the community itself. Yeah, and it's really cool. Let me start. Yeah, I'm not a technical person, so if you have really deep technical questions, you have two options. First option is to send me an email. Here is my address. And second option is to check Answer Hub on our website, because there are a bunch of really cool questions and answers there, and we are really working hard on this too. So if you have, once again, technical questions, please don't hesitate to write me up, and don't hesitate to visit our websites and to use Answer Hub. So, my name is Roman. I'm working with Epic Games with Unreal Engine since February 2017, so it's a year from now. And I have background from 2006 with GameDev, with some pauses, because I used to work with not game dev companies, but for the last 3 years I used to work with such companies like Nvidia, Super Evil Megacorp, which are makers of Vainglory, mobile MOBA, and of course Epic Games, Unreal Engine, and also with Unity Technologies. And yeah, I was in the beginning of the CIS office of Unity Technologies. I was helping them to establish marketing and PR and communications. What am I doing in Unreal Engine? What am I doing in Epic Games? I'm doing mostly communications, and I'm doing mostly PR and events and so on and so on, and community support. So I'm kind of, you know, the part of the chain from developers to our company, and from you guys to us. So if you have any questions, if you have any issues, if you have something to tell us, just tell me and I'll provide to guys there. And I'm really happy on this role, because I have so many meetings, I have so many really cool people to meet with. I see so many cool games there around, and you guys are making it, and I really appreciate that. So, why should your next project must be at Unreal Engine 4? It's really boring. Is someone are making games here? I'm just wondering. Yes, not so many people. Yeah, really. What are all others doing? Just hanging with beer and so on. Yeah, cool. If someone don't know what is Unreal Engine? No, don't know. No, everybody knows it. So I will skip some slides then. I will not explain you what's Unreal Engine and so on and so on. I will just briefly on our main features, where we have open code, we have C++ code, we have blueprint system, which is really powerful. And once you think you are sucking math, you just can use the blueprints, and they will be solved up. Don't be shy to use it, because for example, on Fortnite, almost 80% of the game made with blueprints, and 20% is clear up with the code. So we have really powerful renderer, particle editors, VFX. Particle editor is working with blueprints either. We have post-processing and sequencer tool. Sequencer tool is really useful if you want to make not only the game, but for example cartoons and movies. And we have partners like Industrial Light and Magic and Disney, and we have partners from other countries who are making movies. And there was another one movie which was making completely with Unreal Engine. So we're not only helping to making games. Also, all that fancy VR, AR, XR stuff, they're fully supported there, and we have many VR indie VR projects that we're showcasing. And yeah, we have complete VR editor, which is working like the metrics of the architecture, so you can make your own virtual reality fancy things. Also, marketplace is the marketplace where you can buy assets or get it for free to make your own prototype. You don't need to even spend many money for it, and of course, we have documentation which is we are working always on it to update on and on. And also we have documentation for Unity developers, which is really open up, and you can go to our website, and if you are using Unity, you can go there and to check it side by side. It's really cool. It's really interesting because I know many Unity developers who are now switching to Unreal Engine, and we are fine with that, and everybody fine with that. We have more than 4 million developers. This number is a bit outdated. We have more than 4 million because the news about that was roughly a month ago or so. So it's more now. What's up? We have our main projects for now, which is Fortnite, and it's doing really amazing. It's doing more than 3.6 per concurrent users at all. So mostly, yeah, it's really powerful project. And we are giving money, guys. We have program which is we don't need anything. We're just giving away the money. We're just giving away $5 million for you guys. Everything you need to make, yeah, that's it. Take my money, guys. Everything you need just to make great products, games, cartoons, tools. One of the Chinese guys from the China, by the way, he was translating documentation to Chinese language by himself and get $30,000 for that. It was 3 months ago. It was one of the grants, one of the guys who get the grant from us. And yeah, its program is working, and we're really happy to provide money to you, because we know that sometimes you need the small support. Cause from $20,000 to $50,000 is not something really big amount to work on the really biggest and brightest game. Yes, but it's the small part that can help you, and that can be your saver sometimes. Because if you have really brilliant and nice product, nice game, so everything you just need to visit our website to find the Unreal Dev grants under the develop community, I guess the part, and to provide your information with video and information about your project, and we'll give away your money. So at one of the guys who gets the grant from us, this company is from Yaroslavl, from Russia. They are making mobile game, really bright, really cool, and they're making game with physics and so on and so on. And it's really cool. If you want to, you can check it and to Google it. And we're always supporting them in marketing sites, and our Twitter accounts are promoting them because they're making really amazing stuff. Just a few hours ago, they sent me the tool that making water, and they're making their own really cool water under mobile, and it's with full physics and so on. They're doing crazy shit. Another one, guys, who get grant from us is the project Echo. Is the battle mercenaries, robots and so on. Guys are from St. Petersburg, so are all local from ex-USSR countries, and everybody have chances to get it. And that one project, it's not the game actually, it's a small movie making with Unreal Engine, and really nice. I don't have video now. I will not bother you with the videos and so on, but it's really cool, and that folks are really lovely actually. So you can Google it and find them. We're also using the Unreal Engine for enterprise connections, like for Chevrolet and Miele. That project was unveiled under GDC last year. And that project was about the movie that was actually rendered in real time, and the picture was looking like that, but actual picture was that. and it was really cool because the overall picture was rendered in real time in Unreal Engine, and you can change the appearance and colors and models and so on, because that is real time render. And also we are working with Hollywood movies, with Planet of the Apes and so on, and Andy Serkis is our big partner. Andy Serkis Studios is our big partner, and we are working with that guys, and they're using our technologies. And also we have Oscar VR nominee Alejandro Iñárritu, and he gets the Oscar for his VR project that was making with Unreal Engine 2. And also, yeah, some examples. For example, our partners Sumo Digital are porting the game with the Snake to Nintendo Switch, to the major consoles, to PC, and so on and so on. And they get really successful with that project. And for example, game number 3 on the mobile world now is Lineage 2, which made with Unreal Engine 2. So we have the legend that Unreal is not suitable for mobile games. It's completely not true, because we're really cool with hardcore and mid-core games, and the toolset is adopted for it. And if you have any issues with that, you just need to ask us, and we can provide you the information and so on. Also, our own small game, which is 2D and 3D and making with Unreal Engine, is Battle Breakers game. I'm not sure in what stage is it now, because it was the soft launch, but now I haven't heard for a while about that project. So, why should your next project should be started with Unreal Engine? Because as I told you, we really want to support the community, really want to support you if you are guys making really cool projects. So, taking the Unreal Engine, making cool projects, getting money from us, for example, or support, or marketing, or any other supportive things, and we'll be successful together. It's pretty simple. The issues, yeah, it's the issues is about not so really Baltic states, because you guys have no issues actually, except yeah, it's my humble opinion, because you're guys European, and as the part of European community are really brilliant, and I really waiting for the brilliant projects from the Baltic states, from you. And those issues are mostly for the guys from example from Poland or Ukraine. But yeah, anyway I will tell you about the issues, because they have no focus on development on horizontal, because they are making the demos for the 2 hours to instead of showcasing them for 5 minutes. Yeah, right. They don't have really well-known language known to communicate with the people, and it's really big issue sometimes for that. They have really low presentation skills and business skill sets and so on and so on. So it's just for your information, you don't have that issues. And yeah, seriously, folks, this is serious business in one hand. In the other hand, we are making rock and roll in, and yeah, I just can't wait to put cats on them presentations. It's my small guilty pleasure. So, free with open source is free but not free, because once you are shipping, you need to pay us 5% from gross. If you're getting from more than 3K US dollars by one product per quarter. We also have custom services and custom deals on that. And if you have any questions about our licensing policies and so on, you can ask me. You can send me an email. Here is my contacts. Thank you very much. I will not bother you more. Let's drink some beer. Oh, questions. I have some swag, and for the best questions, I can give it to you.
Can you give me one swag for
No.
me? No, I will ask a question and then give the surprise.
Well, you're using your place.
What?
You're using your position. It's unfair.
You're using your power.
All right, of course. Yeah, sure. Mate. Yep.
Maybe some questions?
Yeah, I've seen some hands raised up. Free. Yes, please do it.
Lady first. Come on.
Do it. I'm not sure about if you have another microphone to provide it here.
Could you please tell us why would we use Unreal 4 instead of Unity, for example?
You don't need to.
What are the benefits?
Well, let me say this way. If you have questions about that, if you really want to choose between Unity and Unreal, you need to go from the project itself, because there's so many projects that are made with Unity, and they're really brilliant, and I'm fine with that. I'm not Hollywood person. I'm used to work with Unity, and I know that Unity is really powerful toolset and really cool engine, and guys are brilliant and so on. But once again, we have some supportive things, let's say, like in marketing, in development, in tools, like so many things. So if you want to use it, if you're really interested with that, go on with us. But if you have super casual game, for example, for mobile, you don't need to use the Unreal Engine unless you want to get challenged to do this game with Unreal Engine. So it's really fair. For example, yeah, Match 3 with Unreal Engine, it's really cool thing, but it's not so really wise, I guess. Yes.
Right now, Unreal uses C++ as its coding language. Do you have any plans in the future to use a different?
Perhaps.
Because I know that the C++ that is used in Unreal is really very much a simplified, a more modernized version of C++ with many things done from Unreal side. But
right now, the blueprint system is evolving and evolving and evolving. And
yeah,
of course,
still not a code
absolutely, it's code. It have code inside, and you can bake up the blueprints to C++ code and to clear it up, to speed up the game itself and the project itself, and that's fair enough. I've heard some rumors. I do not comment that rumors, but might be yes, but not so really fast. Yeah.
If I get Unreal, can I have like a drink with Andy Serkis?
You can have drink with me.
Do you know at least Andy Serkis?
Yeah, yeah, I know. And you know him too.
Okay,
That's it.
3 questions.
3 questions is no. I have another one.
Okay.
And another 2. Don't worry.
Last one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do you have plans in the future to improve upon documentation? Because
Yes, we do.
the Unity community seems to be more knitted together. I tried to make some things in Unreal Engine and encountered some specific problems. And
Well,
it seemed the company had those in like 5 years or so. So I moved to Unity.
yes, we do plans to evolve our documentation. That's it. Once it will be done, it will be done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me take a selfie. Say cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys! Cheers!
Say cheers more.
Cheers!
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Roman. And the next and the final presentation will be from Elvis Strasdinch, and he will talk about news and stuff.
Thanks. Roman, that swag was not for me. You will see why I asked you the swag. That there is a reason for that. So let's start. So I promised to give a presentation about motion capture in Unreal Engine, but I had some issues, some small issues with it, so I didn't finish it, and 3 big presentations for one event, I guess it would be too much, so I will show it to you next time. And I will need some help, and I'm a bit sick, as you can hear. So we had a global game jam in January. We had 13 games and 70 participants. It was in Riga, and thanks to our sponsors, Game Insight and Red Bull. Yes, Red Bull. Yeah. The event was fun as always, and I suggest you participating in it next year. But I hope that we'll have some game jams this year. We have some plans. I will talk about them when we have some dates. We have 3 new members in the association. So member number 69, Martin Šmoris. Member number 70, Ingus Rumpeters. He's also here. Applause. And member number 71 is Arvis Magone, but he's not here. He's in Liepaja, probably watching the stream. Hi, Arvis. So we announced beidz runāt sāc darīt. So make games maybe in Unreal Engine 4 and get some extra money. So you have 30 days, now 29 days, to make a game and compete for the audience award and the award from the association that we haven't announced yet. We will announce it when we will see how many games there are and how much money we are willing to give the winners. So yeah, participate. The more you are, the better the event will be. And now, so that's it about the association and the news and announcements. And it's game time.
It's game time!
So this time I will have games that are made only with Unreal Engine 4. Yes. So can I get 1 swag for it? Okay. So let's start with 1 swag, and the first game will be. So the rules are simple. The rules are as usual. You laugh, you lose. No, not really. So scrap it. So the rules are simple. You just combine the images and you get the name of the game. So let's start with a really simple one.
Counter-Strike.
Nope.
Rainbow Six?
No, it's really simple. Nope. I heard something.
Tekken 7?
Yes, Tekken 7. Who said Tekken 7? Yes. So Tek, EN is English, and 7.
It's Great Britain.
It's the language code for English language, like EN. When you switch your keyboard, you see the EN. So okay, so it's Tekken 7, right? So you get the swag. So the next one will be a bit harder. So 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god! I got harder.
Yes, Unreal Tournament.
Oh my god!
Unreal Tournament. Yes, Unreal Tournament. So you get a beer. And the last one gets 2 beers. And this will be really, you'll have to be really quickly. Really quick. So 3, 2, 1. Yes, Battleground. Player, Walkman, Unknown, Battlegrounds. So you get 2 beers. So yeah, that's it. And thanks for coming to GameDev Meetup. And See you on the 15th of March. Okay, and now turn off the stream.